All right, you are not going to believe this one. We're talking about a political town hall that went so completely off the rails, it ended with a politician literally running for the exit. This is just wild. There's got to be a rule book for politicians, right? And rule number one should probably be, if you're going to face your own voters, you better have a solid escape plan. Because as one congressman just found out the hard way, sometimes you really, really need one. So let's get right into it and break down this entire chaotic scene. Oh, and hey, if you're here for the political drama, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Okay, so let's set the stage. How does a totally normal town hall meeting turn into, well, this? So our main character in this whole saga is Republican Representative Barry Moore. He's holding a town hall in what he probably figured was super safe territory, Daphne, Alabama. And I mean, look at this. You'd think he'd be totally fine. He's in Baldwin County, a place that went almost 80% for Trump. On paper, this should have been the friendliest crowd imaginable. But, spoiler alert, it was anything but. So the event gets underway, and it did not take long for things to get spicy. This crowd came ready. So the first real test comes with a question. What does he think was Donald Trump's most meaningful accomplishment? Should be a total softball for a Republican in a district this red, right? Moore gives a pretty standard answer. Border security. He probably expected a huge round of applause for that one. Yeah, that's not what happened. Instead of applause, he gets hit with a wave of actual laughter and people jeering. The crowd was already over it, shouting, "Next question." This was not going to be his night. And the tough questions just kept on coming, getting more and more intense. Next on the agenda, the super controversial topic of Medicaid cuts. Moore tries to explain his position, saying the cuts would only impact undocumented immigrants, but the crowd was not buying it for a second. They just straight up started yelling, "You're lying" at him. You can feel the tension just ratcheting up. But believe it or not, all of that was just the appetizer. There was one specific question, one single moment that was the absolute tipping point. So an audience member gets up and asks this really pointed question about immigration. Why aren't immigrants receiving due process? And this is the moment it all goes down. Moore's response is that due process is different for citizens and non-citizens. Now, that is a huge claim, legally speaking, because the 14th Amendment is pretty widely understood to give due process rights to any person in the U.S., not just citizens. And that was it. That was the final straw. The entire room just erupted with shouts of false. He was completely drowned out. He had totally 100% lost the room. So at this point, it's pretty clear the town hall is over. The only thing left to see was how it was all going to end. And here it is, the grand finale of chaos. As the shouting hits its peak, an aide literally has to run up and grab the mic from him, and Moore just makes a beeline for a back door. No thank you for coming, no wave goodbye, he just vanishes. And as he's slipping out, the very voters he was supposed to be talking to sent him off with a booming chant of shame, shame, shame. But wait, the story's not over. The very next day, Representative Moore hops on a conservative radio show to do some serious damage control and, well, tell his side of the story. So you kind of have to ask, which story is the real one? On one hand, the video shows him making a super hasty exit from a really angry crowd. But on the radio, Moore claims he left like any other event, said the whole thing was hijacked by bad actors, and insisted he was so calm the whole time. It's a pretty big difference.
And what's really interesting is that this isn't just a one-off thing. It seems to be part of a bigger pattern. All over the country, other Republican lawmakers are getting absolutely grills at their own town halls. We're talking Rep. Davidson in Ohio getting booed off stage, Rep. Alford in Missouri getting told off. It's happening a lot.
So what do we make of all this? Was this really a meeting that got hijacked by a few agitators like Moore says? Or was this something else entirely? Maybe frustrated voters just holding their elected officials' feet to the fire. So is this chaos? Or is this just what democracy looks like sometimes? I really want to know what you think. Drop a comment below. And that's the whole crazy story. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you want more breakdowns like this one, you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and I will see you in the next one.